DogWorks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dogworks. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com.
Hello and welcome to DogWorks Radio. This is Michele and I am the lead trainer at Alaska Dogworks. My team and I have built our reputation on the fact that we know our stuff and we are able to provide your dog with the most complete, up-to-date training programs around. We are not like the other guys that can guarantee a quick fix in a matter of weeks or lessons, but our tried and true systematic approach to canine training and behavior sets us apart, bar none. We are the only school in Alaska that specializes in a canine camp, working dogs, and I am an expert in canine aggression. But we will also come to you nationwide and work with your dogs when others have tried and failed. Today's podcast is about how to help you choose a canine trainer. We are not all created equal. There are myriad training styles and methods, and sometimes one method will work well for your dog, but it might not for another. We guarantee our results because we live our life around working dogs. If it takes 15 meetings for an obedient dog, then so be it. It takes 15 meetings. I encourage you to do your homework and then choose your trainer wisely. It is a relationship that should last the dog's lifetime. Our methodology is about adaptation. We have learned through the years that you need to have a flexible approach to canine training and behavior because other methods just do not work. Dog trainers come in all shapes and sizes, and choosing the one that you feel most comfortable with is a matter of individual training method preference, integrity, honesty, standards, time, distance, and money. This episode is packed full of valuable tips and advice, and I warn you right at the top, it is longer than most of our episodes, but I bet this is one you will share with your friends. Let's get started.
From DogWorks Radio Network, sponsored by Alaska Dogworks, professional canine training center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is the DogWorks Radio Show, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. DogWorks Radio is part of the one and only 24-hour internet radio network dedicated to dogs. Now, here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Before you even look on the internet or search on Facebook for dog training, do you know what your goals are? Do you want a dog that you can take to the farmer's market on the weekend? Do you want a dog that doesn't jump on your guests when they come over for dinner? Do you want a dog that you can run with on the trails? Once you have clearly defined issues and goals for you and your dog, you can easily reach information overload the deeper you dive into finding that right for the dog and you trainer. Be leery of trainers who use guilt tactics or that try and convince you that their ways are the only way or it's the highway. It's only a matter of common sense that not all dogs respond to similar methods equally, and in some cases, a dog may need a special approach to solve an issue. Some dogs will require more or less effort with a particular method or management style, and again, you will ultimately set the standard and make that decision in the learning training journey. Coming up, we will be discussing things that might influence your decision in choosing a trainer. Let's get started. Good luck. What methods does the trainer use and why? Ask the questions. The trainer may try to dazzle you with scientific jargon such as positive reinforcement or traditional training, or say they are a positive reinforcement trainer and have used clickers exclusively for 20 years, just like those late night TV product miracles that promise to make your hair grow back and your shower stay clean for weeks. Most often these gimmicks are just that, gimmicks. A competent trainer will have tested and retested the methods he or she teaches and continually learns new skills that he or she can offer his or her clients. Just like the old commercial used to say, this is not your father's Oldsmobile. This shouldn't be your father's dog training method either. Can the trainer's methods be easily explained? Some methods literally take a degree in psychology to fully understand. Our training methods at Alaska Dog Works are based on the behavior of your dog and not lure and reward training, often taught at big box pet stores that just happen to offer training in the middle of an aisle. Can the trainer's methods be easily understood by you and your dog? One of the best books out there that we highly recommend is called How Dogs Learn by Birch and Bailey. It clearly explains how a dog learns and why methods work for one dog breed and not another. Any competent trainer has a clear understanding of these principles and can apply them to your dog and his learning capabilities. Can or will the trainer provide you with an honest explanation of the pros and cons of methods he or she will use if asked? Keeping in mind that any method can have an adverse outcome depending on application. This is a most important consideration. The dog trainers of the past learned from their mentors on the methods that they found the most useful. Many of these techniques are still widely used today, but may not be politically correct. Every training method has its pros and cons, and each one must be weighed accordingly before you commence a training program. I always tell my clients that clicker training might not work for the 70-year-old grandma with an uncontrollable Rottweiler, but might work well for a dog learning tricks. We are avid researchers. We have learned about, tried, and tested many of the principles offered throughout the history of dog training. Everything from Pavlov's salivating dogs, which is classical conditioning, to pack and dominance theory, to clicker training, to Skinnerian or operant conditioning, and many in between. By doing so, and with my 20 plus years of experience in working with dogs of all different temperaments and personalities, I do my best to provide an educated approach to the best method of training for you and your dog. How dependable, reliable is the training method, and how often must you proof the training? Proofing is the process of training in different scenarios at different times and situations. This is a key component of any good training program. Canine training is an ongoing process and needs to be exercised throughout your dog's life. That does not mean that you need to attend classes when the dog is 10 years old or practice twice a day, but every once in a while to keep the training sharp. Just like playing the piano, you may have learned as a child, but I bet you couldn't play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star now if you haven't practiced in 20 years. Does the trainer provide any guarantees, include follow-up support, and at what cost? Any trainer that graduates you and your dog after 6 weeks of group classes is just plain wrong. A dog's mind is moldable, just like a child's, and they have learning cycles that are very similar. So, to guarantee that a puppy class will fix all of your problems, just wait until that adorable pup is a 70-pound drooling, couch-eating, trash-grabbing beast. Follow-up support is a key component of any good training program and should be built into the cost of it. Any training class that promises basic obedience for $99 is just not a good deal. Just like that juicy quarter pounder that looks so delicious on TV, when you buy it at the fast food chain, it is the size of a child's palm. Be mindful that there is no 100% guarantee in dog training. A good dog training program takes a considerable amount of time and effort on the client's part. There are often misunderstandings and sometimes legal suits are filed. In your research, you may find that there are negative comments posted on the web by anonymous patrons, or a suit complaint has been filed because a client wants a refund. It is often based on the client's misunderstanding of what is required from them in their training program. Continue your research with an open mind and ask for references and ask questions. The proof is in the pudding, as the old saying goes. An experienced trainer is willing to be open and honest about their past troubles with clients and how they dealt with them and the outcome that was reached. Does the trainer require that you buy training equipment? What kind? From whom? And at what cost? Every trainer should be knowledgeable and able to use any equipment that is on the market. Some equipment works well with one breed of dog, but not the other. Trust your trainer's advice on what they recommend and let them know the pros and cons of each. While many trainers have a favorite piece of equipment, such as a training collar or a head halter, these pieces of equipment are often used incorrectly by the dog owner. I doubt that the trainer is just trying to make a few extra bucks off of a client by selling them a leash, but what is often the case, he or she will offer advice on which equipment will work best for you and your dog and help you achieve your goals. Does a trainer offer multiple options, i.e., private consultations, in-home, group training, board and train, etc.? Can or do they provide advice as to which would be best based on your particular situation, or does the trainer recommend a one-size-fits-all approach? The best trainers will offer a free or low-cost initial evaluation to meet with you and your dog and discuss your training goals, timelines, budget, availability, etc. While there is nothing wrong with a trainer that only does in-home classes or group classes, they just might not offer what you and your dog need. You should be leery of cookie-cutter training in which a trainer teaches the same methods to all dogs in a class. A Labrador learns sit differently than a Border Collie and a Boxer, and so on. At Alaska Dog Works, we tailor all of our training programs to the individual dog and the client's needs. This is why we do not offer group classes by themselves. All dogs must be under complete control before a client can move to a group class, and they are designed to test or proof a dog with distractions. This sound principle is what we have found works the best and provides the best results. What experience information does the trainer have or provide? Most training schools have a page on their website or the literature that explains their training philosophy and training style. A good dog training school offers trainers profiles and lists their experience in working with dogs of many breeds and behavioral problems. This is the first thing you should research in your quest for finding a good trainer. Does the trainer have advanced titles in handling dogs and in what disciplines? Obedience, agility, search and rescue, therapy, hunting, herding, flyball, etc. A trainer should only teach what he has learned or completed himself. A trainer should never teach conformation for dog shows, training or competition obedience if he or she has not completed a dog and earned a title in that discipline. I mean, would you hire a plumber that is a roofer or a doctor who is a dentist? We have a lot more to cover, but first, a word from our sponsor of this week's show.
Did you know that Alaska Dog Works trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska Dog Works on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.
Welcome back to How to Choose a Dog Trainer. Let's keep going. Can the trainer provide written documents as to their philosophies, and are they clearly understood versus ones that require great time and effort to fully understand and perform? The trainer's philosophy is a set of principles by which he or she teaches. The most common you will hear is positive reinforcement, traditional, balanced, pack leader, clicker, and lure and reward, and shaping. While all of these methods are effective given the right circumstances, it is important that the trainer convey their philosophy in clear and understandable principles that they can teach. Does the trainer give demos or clinics for the public? A good trainer is only as good as his demo dog. It's true, you would not buy a car without a test drive or buy a suit without trying it on. A demo dog and his trainer are constantly working together, trying new techniques and skills so that he can further his education as a leader in the industry. A good trainer also attends local expos and events to promote his training business and to get his name out to the public. At Alaska Dog Works, we make it a practice to attend as many of these events each year. These events allow the public to meet a trainer, not just call someone from the internet because they have the biggest ad or the flashiest website. Is the trainer a member of a particular organization that you find influential? Some of the big ones are the Association for Pet Dog Trainers, APDT, the National Association of Dog Obedience Instructors, NADOI, and Canine Good Citizen Evaluator, which is a part of the American Kennel Club, American Boarding Kennel Association, ABKA, and of course the Better Business Bureau and local Chamber of Commerce are just a few. All of these organizations offer networking opportunities for trainers and qualification specifics for trainers who are members. Most trainers are members of at least one of these organizations, and this shows that they are dedicated to their job and their education is continual. Does the trainer offer feedback forms to be filled out by each client that you may view? This is the best way for a trainer to fix his faults. Critique is the lifeblood of dog training, and if your trainer asks how they are doing, the best answer is an honest one. You will never hurt their feelings if you are honest by giving feedback that will enhance the training experience for clients in the future. Does the trainer offer special training for aggressive dogs, therapy dogs, assistance dogs, protection, tracking, herding, search and rescue, etc.? Be leery of a trainer that says that they can do every kind of class known in the canine world. Most trainers have a specialty, and they strive to offer programs built around that specialty. My advice is, if the trainer hasn't lived it, they shouldn't be teaching it. Be mindful, however, that many trainers have a strong referral base and often share clients that have complementing interests. For example, an obedience trainer that works with German Shepherds might have a referral to a good protection trainer. Also, many trainers are constantly learning, so they might offer fun classes in agility and other sports while they hone their own skills. While these classes will teach you the basics in these types of classes, they are not meant to replace classes geared toward competition. Is the trainer easily accessible, and will the trainer provide prompt responses to your questions and concerns? This is one of the biggest complaints from most of our clients that have worked with another trainer in the past. It is hard for a trainer to be available at a moment's notice to answer a client's question. Please be mindful that the trainer has a business to run and you are not his only client as you might think so. Please be understanding if he does not call you right away. Most trainers will as soon as they get a chance. Our policy at Alaska Dog Works is that we listen to messages and return phone calls after 4 p.m. each day. This is when the training day is winding down and we can spend adequate time with the client and their concerns. Of course, the best way to communicate is by email, where you can state a question and concern and your trainer can answer in a thoughtful and logical manner. What experience in health issues and health care does the trainer have? A competent trainer should know the basics of canine form and function of all the breeds that he trains on a regular basis, as well as canine health, medications, and vaccinations, canine first aid and CPR, canine nutrition, and psychology. We tell all our aspiring dog training career students that it is easy to buy a book on canine training and become a dog trainer overnight. It takes years of practice and a solid education to understand how a dog learns and why. Does the trainer provide information on the vet he or she uses, recommends, and are policies clear and to your satisfaction? A veterinarian is a trainer's best friend and resource. Not only is the vet-trainer relationship an excellent source of referrals, but the relationship also exists if there is a medical element to your dog's behavior problem. As a canine behaviorist, we are in near constant communication to our veterinary referral network for medication requests, medical screenings, and tests. These are important components to your training protocol. Does the trainer check the dog for structural problems, hearing, sight, and other health issues that affect training upon receiving your dog for training? As stated above, we routinely work with our veterinary referral network or the client's own vet to rule out any medical problems before training commences. Does the trainer require dogs to be up to date on all required vaccinations, and are dogs inspected for fleas and other parasites while on the premises? Almost all trainers will ask for an up-to-date vaccination record. This is not only a requirement of most states, but it is to protect your dog from sickness and disease while attending classes or staying at a training center. Does the trainer clearly explain all policies to include rules, regulations, and any refund policies? Every trainer should have a clearly defined contract and a policy guideline of his classes and procedures. A competent trainer does not teach on a whim and make up the rules as he or she goes. Be advised that most trainers do not offer refunds. This is normal in this business. Dog training is an ongoing process, similar to learning how to play the piano. Results cannot be achieved without practice and more practice. If an owner does not see results quick enough, they often ask for a refund. But if I dare to be so bold, would you ask for a refund at a fine restaurant if you already ate the meal? Is the trainer licensed as a business and meet all city, borough, state, and federal regulations? It has been said that in order to become a dog trainer, all you need is 3 things: a business card, a leash, and a smile. Over the past few years, more and more trainers have found that this is just not enough, and they are seeking certification in dog training. While this certification implies that they have taken a course in dog training, it does not regulate how a trainer conducts his business. A reputable trainer is always learning and attending seminars and other gatherings on the latest methods and equipment. If your trainer has a training center, he should be licensed by the state and have all of the required insurance and other documentation. But please understand that most trainers work out of their homes, and they are considered small, home-based business. This does not make them ineffective, however. My business partner and husband, Robert, started this way in 1990 in Portland, Oregon, teaching group classes in local parks. Does the trainer make you feel comfortable and at ease to include handling your dog? Our advice on this is very clear. If a trainer is afraid or uncomfortable working with your dog, leave right away. There is a saying in the canine training field that some people are dog people, some people are people people, and a few are dog and people people. A dog person who is a trainer does excellent in training dogs in a board and train situation where he or she works with your dog while they stay with them at their kennel. But when it comes time to teaching the human part of the team, they lack the communication skills to do a good job. The people are good at working with the human part of the dog owner team, but stumble when it comes to working with the dog. That does not make them bad dog trainers, but does make them very good coaches in which they give the human the directions and they train the dog at home. It is rare to find a dog and people person. This type of trainer can work with any dog and any person and excels at it. They know how to read the dog's behavior and react to it, as well as educate the owner on what the dog is doing and why. If you find a trainer like this, hold on to them because they are one in a handful and they will be an investment for the life of your dog. I'll give you guys a little training tip. Here at Alaska Dog Works, we are dog and people trainers. Does the trainer have experience breeding dogs or whelping litters? While this is not a necessity by any means, it is good to know if your trainer specializes in a breed of dogs. The rule of thumb is, and always has been, that a trainer should not teach a class unless he has completed it him or herself. A breeder trainer can do wonders for a new pet owner in offering puppy classes and breed referrals. It is important to note that none of these attributes guarantee or make a good trainer in themselves. I know this was a lot of information. It will probably take a while to digest, but as you can probably imagine from this podcast, we are not like most other dog trainers. We encourage you to check out our website, take a look around, give us a call to set up a phone evaluation, and of course, check out our social channels. All of this can be done by searching Alaska Dog Works. Thanks for listening to today's show, How to Choose a Dog Trainer. Catch you next time.
From DogWorks Radio, this is The Daily Dog. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your host is Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto. Created for DogWorks Radio.